boys at all in the temple. Maybe they'll let it go at that, but there are a lot of...
Old CB Square has 51 finest degrees of freedom, making...
On the way home, I got hungry, and I ate it.
We're Americans, and we don't like competition, okay? I'm eating, and I'm reading a book, and this waitress comes up.
Maybe they'll let it go at that, but there are a lot of...
It's robot, but it's controlled by living brains, like those inside your head. Researchers...
This moth isn't just swinging around, it's been bugged.
Grow collection around 3,000 brain cells in the lab. The cells grow collections to each other and start communicating
using electrodes implanted into his muscles.
Some are hard to found out to respond predictably. Signals from robots ultrasound distance sensor.
Here, signals are sent to its left flight muscle to make it lift that wing.
The output of these cells can be used to control
different signals can be sent for it to lower its wing, to lift both wings at once, or to make them flat.
They each have a motor in them, and it actually drives forward when I walk. It actually powers that knee through the step.
It's powered through Bluetooth technology.
Increasing the frequency of the pulse makes the wings beat faster. If a signal is sent only to one side while the moth is flying, it will veer in that direction. Implanted electrodes into the brains of tree beetles,
and they
close to
talk to
neurons
each other and try to
flight.
mimic the stride length
A computer
that the
program
other
in the
one's doing. If I
device
speed
controls
up,
the
the other one
beetle,
can realize
and
it's
here
doing
it
it and
beats
it'll
its
speed up
wings
as well.
and takes off when a negative voltage is sent to its brain. Researchers are putting moths in control and using them as a pair of eyes. They've found out how to intercept signals from their visual system and how to use them to make a robot move. Here, a graduate student demonstrates how the robot can be steered. Combining living and machine components could eventually make robotic systems more effective.
Legs when an IED hit his convoy in Fallujah, Iraq in 2006.
The IED went off directly underneath me and took off basically everything that was hanging over the ledge of the seat, my legs. And then it killed my sergeant in front of me and my good friend next to me. My gunner lost his right leg. I shattered my hip. I had 32 pins in my hip. I broke my pelvis, so I have a 6-inch screw holding that together. I lost both legs above the knee. I broke 4 fingers, broke my jaw, broke my nose, lacerated kidney. So I recovered well, I think, and great care here and done well.
Today, I use the Bluetooth prosthetics.
It's a lot of hip control. In my other legs, I usually have to use all my thigh to power through things, but since these are moving on their own, then I actually just kind of have to lift and shift my weight a little bit.
He says they're a bit heavier than the other 2 microchip prosthetics he's worn, but they require much less effort to operate.
If they're not programmed right, they kind of do their own thing sometimes, and they'll kick for no reason. Like you'll just be standing there and be like, and just kick off to the side.
Able to master the stairs just yet.
Sometimes when you go near a computer or something, you'll hear the computer start prism, so it does do that a lot. And I'll be like, I'm sorry, and I have to turn my legs off.
In communicating robot wirelessly, the team plans to use their robot brain power for new behavior in the future. They hope there are enough similarities to teach about unknown aspects of our own brain.
You guys ready?
Yes!
Come on. Ready?
Do it! Oh my God, no! The speed is too insane! Slow down! Man wasn't meant to go that fast.
You guys enjoy?
Oh my God! Are you okay? I think I'm traumatized. Are you traumatized? Yeah, totally. Oh, the huge fantasy of it all! What?
The pain, the pain.
Right this way, live freaks inside. Be amazed in wonderment. See the skinny skeleton man, feisty Siamese twins, sexy snake woman, beautiful bearded lady, the unbelievable blockhead, painless human pincushion, and devious fire eater. skinny skeleton man, feisty Siamese twins, sexy snake woman, beautiful bearded lady, the unbelievable blockhead,
Ouch.
the pincushion, MTS Fire.
All right, folks. I hope y'all are ready. After seeing this, I guess probably what we're going to go over isn't that weird comparatively, but I hope y'all are ready to go over the insanity we are going over today. All right, folks, ladies and gentlemen, I hope y'all are ready for this. Y'all ready for this? Oh, we're going over murder mysteries today, even though this is technically not a murder mystery, but it's murders. We're going to be going over serial killers, disappearances, other weird things like that in the future. But right now, we are going to go over a special human. Let's put it that way. She's very, very special. I'm really trying to figure out the best way to like present this because of how insane and weird it is. So we'll bring people in. We'll begin talking and shooting the shit, and then we will go over this murder in the order that I feel that it's going to be most cohesive to the way to present this evidence. And I hope Mango's going to help me a little bit with some of the presentation and help us with numbers that I don't have, and or if I forget something in a certain order. So let's do the disclaimer first.
Disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers, commentators, experts, and/or hosts. They do not explicitly or necessarily reflect nor represent the channel's policy or the views held by this channel or broadcaster. The broadcaster or its channel cannot be held accountable for all or any views expressed during this program.
Yes. So we're doing the $5 shots again. We'll put that in the side of my chest in a second. I'll share. If you do $10 a shot, I'll share that with the mangoes. Let's do this right quick, and then we'll begin. We'll bring in everybody and the side chat.
It's just like Killer Cop 4, but she's got Hema instead of fry cook balls. I need you, Action Bastard. Action Bastard, I need you. Action Bastard, I need you. Why am I wasting time dancing?
You want to know why? Because the world is fucking flat, dog. And everything that you see up there, as far as like planets or stars, yeah, guess what, dude? It's fucking fake. It's just lights up there. The government put those lights up there so you dummies could just act like there's something up there.
Wait a second. Are you a flat earther?
Call a crackhead. You're stupid. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I don't think we'll look this up in just a second. I want to begin with the cops walking up to her apartment first, and then we'll go through the insane details of this. The reason why we're going over this is because like this is so insane that it has everything, even though there's not cultism in there. It's only one person. But it's the best mixture of all of the courtroom cases that we've watched, the murders, the serial killers, and all that stuff. You don't know who Taylor Schabusiness is? You're about to find out who she is. Yes. See how I made that? Okay, anyways, let's go ahead and begin bringing in our co-host and then the rest of our guests. And of course, this is everybody's.
Some people without brains do an awful lot of talking, don't they?
Yes, I guess you're right.
Howdy,
There's
folks.
our. You always sound like a redneck when you come in here. You're like, howdy, folks. You sound like you actually live in Texas or around that area.
Mission accomplished.
It's hilarious every time I hear
think
it. I
I'm
just think of you with a big cowboy hat on. Well, I imagine you as your Red Dead Redemption character is what I always.
Gay character because he also wears a big cowboy hat.
Yeah, that is sure that too. All right, so let's bring in our next guest, and of course, that's everybody's Glober.
Mama.
Oh, mama.
And there's our mama. How are you doing?
I'm good. Sorry I wasn't here yesterday. Oops. There we go. Now I'm up. There we go.
There we go. Now we can hear you.
Yeah. They're still pounding and hammering away, but we'll deal with it.
Oh. Okay.
Well, better today than yesterday because Skits was off, so we're playing Phasmo. That's why I wasn't here. We wanted to play Phasmo, so we're off doing that. My internet, they dropped the board on it again and broke the cable and fixed it for us. So my internet goes out in the middle of a game. I get back in. I'm on the our cable hotspot, internet playing. I get back in when they refixed it. It cut my game off again, and I had to get back in. So I would have died on here twice yesterday if I was on the stream anyway.
Yeah, and Phasmophobia is not easy for it to
No, we were doing the challenge this week too, which was difficult.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Mama, go ahead and post in the Cinema chats your Phasmophobia video that you posted. Did you only do one, or have you done two now?
I've done a few. I'll just post my gaming channel, and you can find it on there.
Yeah. Everybody go to Mama's Plays Games or whatever her channel is.
Not Demama Gaming.
Yeah.
Not the mama.
Not Demama. All one word. Not Demama. But I'll post that.
And
channel.
Of course, her avatar is the baby from Dinosaurs.
I switched it to the dinosaur baby.
Yeah. So not Demama.
Not Demama.
Although I never could get the right sample, I always in my head. This is one of those Mandela effects, even though I know that that's not real. To me, I always thought it was like, not the mama. And then when I look at it and I try to find that, it isn't exactly that way. I don't know.
It's
Anyways, let's bring in
the mama.
But there's always something else where my brain thought it was a different way, but then you rewatch and you're like, okay. But it was because me and my siblings, we would run around the house and saying that. And so it got distorted after some point, just like telephone.
Yeah.
You are distorted.
Well, and I am a broken cyborg as well. So let's bring in our next guest. And of course, that is everybody's favorite.
Stunning, plump, red, perfectly unscratched, and incredibly sweet mango.
Well, sweet.
There's our unscratched,
yeah, right.
She's damaged from the inside, not the outside.
Fair enough, but I do breathe like.
That's true. Okay. Oh, son of a bee sting. Give me just a second. Okay. I need to kind of read this over first. Oh, shite. Okay, never mind. I need to read this over first to see if this is what we should start with or not. Mingo, you have a little bit of knowledge on who we're covering today, correct? Or you've looked into this psychopath? I was going to say lovely lady only because
she's definitely a psychopath.
I have attractions to crazy ladies, and
okay.
I almost want to like start pen paling her, you know, be like, hey, what?
Spend time, take a vacay, go visit her, you know.
Hey,
jail.
if there are men with shotguns watching us have sex, then she can't kill me, right? So
Right.
I mean, never mind. I'm just kidding. Oh my jeebus.
Borgie.
Let's bring in everybody else, and then we'll talk about why we're going over her first for
Yeah.
our murder mysteries, because we could be going over Ted Bundy, we could be going over so many other people, but there's a reason why we're going over her, and we'll talk about that in a second, and then we'll go over the whole. I would like to go inside of her, but under supervision of people to make sure she doesn't slit my throat. Anyways, let's bring in our next guest. That is everybody's favorite.
War never changes. And we are the Galactic Penguin Federation, NASA's enforcers. We rain fire on our enemies and fight hand to hand across the galaxy. We are ever seen, yet we are never seen in our fight for liberty. We will kick down any door and fight any secret societies.
I knew it. She's a lizard person.
My name, Commander 401. And this is how we handle our problems.
You gotta step up and beat that bully with a stick.
And you gotta scream "not the mama" while you're doing it.
Exactly.
Oh, that's always what I scream when I'm doing. Never mind.
All right, how are you
the
doing?
Dinosaurs. All right.
Good. Glad to hear. I hope you're ready for the insanity. So let's just begin bringing in the rest of our guests so we can just say a little side chat and then punch right into the insanity that we're going over. And then I can begin speaking about why we're doing this person first. After people kept asking me to do murders and serial killers and stuff, we did have multiple suggestions about this. And so that's why we're going here. Although I love talking about murders and crimes and other things. But anyways, let's bring in our next guest. And of course,
just committing them. We know.
Yeah, well, I do future crimes. So anyways, let's bring in our next guest, and there is this Canadian. And there's our Ollie man. How are you doing?
Keep your stick on the ice. I'm doing all right.
Oh, they grow up so fast, don't they? Those Canadians.
They used to be such small little tadpoles, and they just turn into big, strong Canadian men that play hockey.
Gotta love the hockey.
The hockey, yeah. Anyways, let's bring in our next guest, and that is everybody's favorite.
The fuck are you hauling, Al?
Oh, right now I just fixed my furnace. This morning I moved a little machine in a container, and then I had 3 different appointments this afternoon, so I had the afternoon off.
Right on.
So
when you scheduled on Neil's show? I understand you're scheduled there now, right?
Yeah, that's soon. I might be wrong on the exact date, but I'm pretty sure it's the Saturday around the 21st or thereabouts.
Okay.
I don't know if that's the Saturday or not, though.
Cool.
But yeah, I talked to Neil about that. So unless something falls apart between now and then, which will probably be me, I think we'll be all right. I'm looking forward to it.
Right on. Sorry to take over your show for a second, Slim.
That's great.
Hey, Al, just
Slim,
a question.
Step back. We're gonna schedule some shit here. Yes, go ahead. Go over, Mom.
Does that little container hold spectroscopy, by the way?
It was an entire container. It was a 10-foot by 10-foot by 10-foot metal shipping container, and it was entirely filled with spectroscopy.
Okay.
In case
Yes.
Dave,
David Weiss would be very happy to hear that. Hmm.
David Weiss would be good to know. I had all of the
I'm glad you got the
spectroscopy in that container. Yeah. I knew that reference. I knew that reference. I actually shared that with another one that likes the flirts. But I know Slim isn't talking flirts. He's talking murderers today.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll get there and we'll do that and we'll talk about that in another time for
Flirts
sure.
kill us with their lack of brain cells. And
Yeah.
now we're going to talk about a different type of murder.
Now we're going to talk about psychopaths that do actually maybe have some brain cells, but they use them in the improper way, unfortunately.
Well,
So what
yeah,
we're
they
going
might
to
be
do,
misdirected.
yeah, what we're going to do first is we're going to go over the video of the police showing up to her apartment at first, and then we'll delve in to the when the cops actually find the head in the bucket and a handful of other things. Then we'll get to the interrogation clips. Then we'll get to her laughing during the trial about murdering and dismembering. And well, never mind. We
There
will do
once was
there's
a chick from Nantucket who carried a
And-
head in a bucket.
and his penis and balls as well. Never mind. I know that didn't rhyme, but anyways, let's say hello to the side of my chats, and then we'll get into this. We have so much to go over because this is like a serial killer murder trial. This is like a cult murder trial. This is like it has everything all in one. And this lady, this bitch, I'll say it, fuck it. She literally only killed one dude, but it's so insane once you hear like all of this. It's like, luckily we caught her before she became a real serial killer because like she does some fucked up shit. Unfortunately, I don't know how to put it. She wanted to be a serial killer, but I just don't think that she was up for it, or the meth just ran out. Anyways, we'll find that out in a minute. We'll find that in a second. Anyways, everybody say hello to the demons of the orbs.
Hey, Demon Orb.
Hello, Demon Orb.
We have a tiny captain.
Hey, Tiny.
Hello, Tiny Captain.
Jay Troy.
Hey, Troy.
Hi, Jay.
Oh wait, my microphone isn't working. I said hi to
Uh-oh.
everybody.
It is now.
Okay, now we can hear you.
Retrospectively, I said hi to everybody. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Clockwork Rex.
My mic's
Clockwork
been muted,
Rex.
so I've been saying hi.
Hey, Clockwork.
It's always fucking
Hey,
aliens,
Clockwork.
exactly. And it's not just aliens, it's fucking aliens.
They love to do anal probing. Just beware.
They love shoving things in your stuff and things.
Mhm.
Why is it that all the proctologists come to our planet?
I'm beginning to
Well,
wonder if they don't have anuses, so they're like envious and jealous, so they gotta like mess with ours.
They're like, what is that hole for?
Mhm.
We have to
Mhm.
we have to
Like
find out
The
exactly.
Terrence and Phillip movie,
And
not
they
without my
probe
anus.
And they probe the credulous to find out exactly how it works, right?
Right.
All right.
And they only do it to drunk hicks out in the middle of a cornfield
Right?
for some reason. I don't know why that it only happens there.
Driving
but
on the
anyways.
lonely road with no other cars around. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I think Kate McKinnon ran into
Near
some
railroad
too.
tracks.
I don't want to say she's not a drunk hick.
Okay, and we'll go over more of the alien abduction stuff in the future as well because it is the of the Tober. So, anyways, everybody say hello to the 6 drops. How are you doing, hon?
Hello.
And yes, please, $5 a shot. Let me know in the side of my chats if you do buy us a shot. Half the money will go to Mango. So if you could do a $10 shot, that'd be great. 5 goes to me, 5 goes to her.
Hello.
If not, whatever, we'll split it. And I know, Mango, I owe you a tiny bit more money, but I have to wait till things clear. So
Yeah, no, I'm not concerned
tomorrow
about
I
it.
can
I know you
can
got
give you the $10 or whatever.
Yeah, I think it's a very
Anyways.
small amount.
Yeah. Let's see who's next. We have a doorknobs of the heads. How are
Hey,
you
doorknob
doing?
head.
And Can You Has Murder? We are definitely having murder on this for sure. We're having it.
Has plenty of murder. Murder.
Hi, Beck. How you doing? Great to see
It's
you.
it's Moida.
It's Moida.
Yes. It's
What the Beck?
Hey, Beck.
It's that dude. Beck.
Murder. There we go.
Murder.
That's just for Pip. Murder.
Murder. Okay.
I just realized we
right.
had like a thing. I just realized.
Oh, we've yeah.
I finally
There's
quit
a
Hello.
There's a lot of weird. Yeah, I hear you, Al. If there's anybody else inside my chat who hasn't said hello to us, please say hello to us, and we'll go from there. You can always super my chat. If you super chat any amount, I will say it live on the stream, as long as YouTube lets you write it down or put it in a post. I will do it. $5 a shot for sure. $10 is the blue stuff. I still have that much blue stuff, so we'll definitely do that if something comes up. Otherwise, I do have the pink stuff because I remembered, Mama.
Good job.
I like the pink.
Good job, Slim.
Good boy.
I just remembered 2 in the pink, 1 in the. Okay, never mind.
There you go. That's a good way to remember it. Did really good.
I'm good. I finally learned, Mom. Anyways.
Yay! You get a cookie. You get a cookie for that, Slim.
What, Al? Okay, so let's blow into this. And like, dude, there's so much to this. She tries to fight her lawyer at one point. I mean, god damn, this is like got everything in it in one fucking case. It's crazy. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna present the first thing, and it is the police officers that arrive at her apartment when they come in contact with her first. They and we don't know anything of the case yet, because to the best way I think that we should bring this up, even though I think the unfortunate human's mother and stepfather found the head in the bucket first, and then they went to her house. But I want to present it this way, and then we'll go and we'll wrap everything up, and you'll see the progression, and it'll be talked about multiple times over and over again. So here we blow. I'm going to speed it up a tiny bit, and we're going to put CCs on. So just listen to what happens when the police officers first arrive to come in contact or make contact with Taylor Shabiz. And I'm just going to call her T from now on, because I think that I don't need to say her motherfucking full name every single time. So we're going to call her T after this. So here we blow with this. Make sure the volume is up. Let me go to my presets and do spoken. Yep. Okay. So just listen to what happens when the police first arrive on scene to her house, not to where they found the body. Okay. I'll put us to the side over there. Okay.
No,
there's not going to be. Yeah, and hold on. There's not going to be audio for a second. It's 30 seconds, and then their audio usually pops in. So I think in a second is when. Now we have audio. I'm going to turn that down some, because there is going to be a crazy amount of background noise, unfortunately. So let's try this. If it's too loud for everybody, let me know, and I can turn it down. And if it's too low, let me know. Okay, so this is her vehicle. This is her van. And watch what they immediately notice.
Nothing. Hey. Is this blood? Does this look like blood?
Does this look like blood? Is this a blood trail going straight to her apartment? No, it couldn't be.
What do you? Or am I just tripping? Bloody footprint? You see this right here?
Footprint.
Could possibly be blood.
And it's coming straight from her vehicle. And watch exactly where it goes to.
Who did that?
Okay, they're gonna go over it in just a millisecond for sure, but I'm just gonna keep reiterate stuff. And if I get too annoying about it, just let me know. But she just came out of her house. This is her. She just came out of her apartment and she just locked the doors on the vehicle, or at least relocked them if they weren't already locked. So that's what the cops are talking about when they're like, "What the fuck what's going on?" She just beeped her the van.
Hi, Taylor. How's it going? Officer Russell with the Green Bay Police Department.
And they immediately know who her punk ass is.
Just make sure you got none on here. Taylor. Taylor, you have one more for your just put your hand back there. Maybe I'll see your button. You got blood on your hands here, blood.
She's got blood on her hands.
Damn.
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
And this supposedly is like 2 days later, or at least over 12 hours later, and she still has
never
blood
cleaned herself up. What the hell?
Or maybe she tried, but she couldn't get it all off. But
Possibly.
still,
I've not ever been on a meth trip. I don't think that'd be.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Thank you, Al. I was about ready to say that. Doing a bunch of
I
drugs
haven't
that I
been on
used
one
to
either,
do.
but I'm.
Well,
I've seen postcards.
Like
from other
we've
people's
talked
meth
about. Like we've talked about, I'm an ex-meth head. I did lots and lots of drugs long time ago. I've been clean for 17 years or something. I stopped when I was 25 and I'm 42. So whatever the fucking math of that bullshit is, right?
Sounds like 17. Yeah.
17.
That's a lot of math.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured,
proud
but
of
it
you.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me anymore. I don't care about the numbers anymore because I'm just never going to go back. And so it doesn't matter. I'm not counting days or whatever. And I'm still an alcoholic pothead. So it doesn't matter. But yeah, if you're on a fucking couple day bender, which we'll get into that part of it when she talks about what happened to her and when. Yeah. When you're high as fuck, you really don't clean yourself that much. I mean, you do a little bit, but I've gone fucking 3 weeks or whatever on doing drugs, not constantly. I'm still sleeping and sleeping in weird places and not showering. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But so that's most likely what it is. And we're getting into the meth bender of the situation very soon. And then we have a doorknob. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I want to say. But first, go try that one.
You want me to? Now I need to say, I apologize. I was wrong. I love you. I don't love you. I need help. I'm dying. I'm pregnant. No, I cheated. I lied. Hard to say. I said it.
There you go.
And you know what? I'm not pregnant. I got a vasectomy, so I can't get pregnant
He's
anymore,
Ron
right?
Burgundy.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah,
that.
but if you had a tubal ligation there, Slim, that's what you need to prevent pregnancy.
My tubes are tied.
Like a vasectomy might help, but a tubal ligation is even better.
Hey, if they can tuba my libations, I'd let them do that anytime. You know what I'm saying over here? Anyways,
I don't know what you're saying.
I don't know what you're saying anymore.
I
No,
do not.
exactly. I know.
I do not. I'm 100% sure I do not know what you're saying.
If anybody out there knows what I'm saying, then you're crazier than I am because I don't even know what the fuck I just said either.
Saying, send him money so he can take another shot and.
Well, that's what we're about to do right now. Over here, we're gonna be get more clarity over there.
Yes, that's right.
All right. So, the reason that we're doing this way is because we're trying to do a little bit of a palate cleanser before the police find the thing in the bucket. Let's put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
This is just slowly bringing us into the insanity. Once we get to where the police officers find the bucket, that's where the shit hits the fan, and it's going to be completely insane roller coaster ride from then on, because I can't stop it at that point. There's not going to be any breaks. We're on the roller coaster where we just have to keep delving further and further and deeper into this, because it gets insane from here on out. Just warning. Let's do what's it called? Warning. If you have a problem with murder, death,
flashing lights,
molestation, other things like that, trigger warning. This is a major trigger warning that we're doing right now. If you have problems with crazy, weird, fucked up shit, and or seeing or hearing things that are crazy, please go somewhere else and go find something happy to watch. Otherwise, stay here with us, because we're going to go through the insanity of this. And this is why we're going through, because I can't even believe this is real. And I was at the bar today telling somebody this story, and she's like, that's fucking fake. She's like, that's not real. That can't be real. And I'm like, they're forensic pathologists that went through, and like there's a whole trial, and I'm like, and dude,
weirder things have happened too. So
yeah,
it's
no,
like,
this isn't the weirdest for sure, but well, this is one of the pretty
bizarre
out
for sure,
because of everything that's happened that we're gonna have to get into. So let's keep blowing on, because I have so much information for us getting into. So cheers, bro, salute, Solange. Here we blow. Oh, bad vodka. Okay, so this is her getting arrested and going through the beginning of her confessions. So just listen to what she is saying through being interviewed for the first time, and then we're going to go through her other 2 interviews. And yeah, viewer discretion is advised.
Excuse me.
Totes executively.
Put that up there.
Well, that's what's up in the thingy-mabobber, so it does say that at one point.
Yeah, no, good point.
Yeah.
Good point.
So thank you, and that's what we needed, was that viewer discretion advised. Obviously, we're talking about murders, so if you're not kosher with that or good with that, then don't be here for this time. We have the flat earth and other things later. Anyways, let's keep blowing on with the insanity, and we have only barely delved into what's inside of her van. Just wait till you find out what's inside her van.
What apartment are you in? On the double. Which apartment? One is what they came back to. Go. That's hard to get here now.
You're kind of quiet though. Hold on, give me a second.
Go in here. Come to the back of the apartments. That's where we're at. You come over here.
It's never candy. It's never candy inside the van. Just
nope,
to let you
never
know.
is.
Never.
Or free Wi-Fi.
So now they're trying to find out. They're trying to clear her apartment, and listen to how she doesn't give them any information about if there's anybody there or there's any weapons in there. And she already starts acting coy and like flirtatious, kind of, I guess. I don't know. It's really fucking weird.
What's in the apartment? Be straight up. Tom? Who else? Just Tom? Is he armed? Nobody's armed? You sure?
See, she's already smiling and smirking.
Go. Negative, we got it up here.
It's a little weird, but I kind of get it until they get to the vehicle, but they have not searched her yet. They should have done at least a pat down, because they were worried that there was going to be weapons in the apartment or another person in the apartment with weapons. They have not patted her down yet. and then watch the way they pat her down. It's kind of weird, but that has nothing to do with the rest of the insanity that proves her guilty. I mean, I'm not going to say that she's not guilty but it's just weird the way that they did this in a certain order. You think that if she was a murder suspect, they would have already started patting her down. They would have like pretty much read her rights and stuff. And I know you don't need to do that until somebody's going to be questioned. So maybe they're not ready to question her yet. But you would think that if this was I don't know, just keep watching. To me, it seems a little weird, but again, it's not going to dismiss her from being the fucking psychopath she is. And she is.
Okay, for the record, 4 minutes of that exhibit, actually the entirety of that exhibit was played for the record. Officer, having reviewed that video, do you recognize the video that was depicted?
Yes.
Was that consistent with the body camera worn footage that you were wearing on February 23rd?
Yes.
I'd move exhibit 81.
The objection? No.
Received. So I want to ask just a few questions then, officer. There's an earlier part in the clip where you had noted some area of suspected blood. Is that right?
That's right.
And what do you recall observing?
Okay, so the reason why we're going to stop it now is because they're not showing any other footage of what happened. It's just them talking to the deputy about his first interaction with her. So now we're going to get to where the police find the head in. I believe this is going to be, yeah, we can hear you. I believe that's where I think this may be where we hear the phone call in or the parents making the 911 call about finding the head and then the police coming in to find the head. If not, we could skip over that. It doesn't matter. Let's just blow on with this. Oh, Jeebus, am I not sharing it? Son of a bitch. Sorry. Give me a second.
While you're doing that, can I just do a quick mic check and see
Sure.
if anybody can hear me again?
Yeah. Yep, we can hear you.
Yeah, I hear you.
Better?
We can't hear you.
Yep, we hear you.
Yeah.
Okay.
You are there.
All right, I did a manual mic level check. Thank you.
How did you get a manual to be over there? To help you check the
manual mic.
Oh, a
So
manual.
manual and
Okay.
mic check.
And mic. Yeah,
Manual. I did a manual mic.
You had a threesome happening over there.
Well, you guys are really good at the double entendre there.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've been doing this for a handful of years now, not just being on stage, but doing these live streams. Mama, how long have we been doing live streams together? For like 2.5 years or something?
Yeah, a couple of years.
Yeah.
I'm the new kid on the block.
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are.
Okay.
But we like the new
I don't
kid.
know any of their songs.
I don't remember
I don't
any
know
of them,
many
even
either.
though I remember I listened to all of them when I was younger.
If I hear it, then I'm like, oh yeah, that song, but not that I can.
Yeah.
I always confuse them with Milli Vanilli.
How can you confuse us with Milli Vanilli?
Well, there was like
I don't know.
at the time there was like
to me.
there was New Kids on the Block, there was Instinct, there was
Backstreet Boys, 98
Backdoor Boys,
Boys to Men.
You know,
Boys to Men. You could kind of tell the difference there.
Yeah, a little bit on that.
New Edition. Don't forget New Edition.
Yeah, and there's all of
And
those.
don't forget,
Yeah, but Milli Vanilli was the only ones lip syncing. Come on now.
Yeah, they were the ones that were
the rest
caught
of
lip
them were
syncing.
actually-
Yep.
Are they all from the same era? I don't even know.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, there was the boy
late 80s, early
band
90s,
era.
yeah.
Yeah. Early
Early
90s
mid-90s.
for sure. So anyways, let's blow on with this police officer telling us how he found what he found, and we'll blow on from there.
You mentioned observing the bucket. I guess where in the basement was that located?
as you go down the stairs.
I'm gonna turn this up just a tiny bit.
Yeah, their
We
mics
shouldn't
in the
have
courtroom
background.
are kind of on the low side.
Yeah, and I don't believe. Well, even when we get into the body cam, I think it's not gonna be a bunch of crazy background noise because it's not outdoors; it's actually indoors. So let's keep blowing on from here, and then we'll get further and further into this.
If you turn to,
If there's anybody who knows anything about this case and they want to put in their 2 cents, just like let me know and we'll pause and stuff. Otherwise, we're gonna try to blow on as fast as possible because I have like so much to get through. It's insane what we have to
immediate
get
right,
through.
it was at the bottom of the stairs to the right.
It was in pretty close proximity to the stairs.
Yes.
After you made that observation, what did you do?
After I pulled the towel off.
Yes.
I puked.
I had Officer Clunky come downstairs to verify we had in fact found
Officer
a human
Clunky.
head in the bucket, and then we started to.
How many times have you ever heard that in your life?
Officer Punky Brewster. Okay, no.
Yeah, that's what I was talking
That's
about.
what it sounded like.
No, totes. But how many times have you heard? I had to bring down one of my other officers to make sure that I did find a
human head in the bucket, and then
A
we
human
started
head in the
to
bucket.
notify supervisor, and then ask for additional units.
And at that time, on February 23rd, 2022, did your department utilize body-worn cameras?
Yes.
Is that something that was operating on that day?
Yes, it was.
And did you
Yes.
have the chance to review your body-worn camera prior to your testimony today?
Yes, I did.
If you were able to observe that,
Oh,
you were
that
able to
sucks.
to recognize it?
Yes, I'll be able to.
Okay, so this is them going up to the house of the victim. And they're going to come in contact with the mother and the stepfather. Okay, so there is body worn. If it's too loud for y'all or it's annoying, let me know and I can turn it down. Because it will get quieter in just a second.
Are we already here?
Did you both see this? I opened the.
Okay, so the person they're talking to right now is the stepfather of the household.
towel. I picked up the towel and dropped it because I don't know what the fuck it is, man. I had bad vision. And she's like, is that what I think it is? I don't fucking know. What the fuck is it?
You want to stay with those two? I just want to see it.
Where's that?
Right there.
I know that was a little hard to hear, and they do go over this a little bit more in the testimony, but I don't know if we're going to go over everything. But he said his significant other, the gentleman's mother, went downstairs, found something in a bucket, came back upstairs, asked him to go look in the bucket. He said when he looked in, it looked like a motherfucking head. But he's not sure because he doesn't know what a decapitated head looked like. So then that's when they called the police officer and they put the rag back down over it, and they have not touched it since. So now the police officers are going to go downstairs and they're going to find Here We Blow.
Look right, there's a bucket with taller.
So his bedroom was downstairs, and that's where they're going to. He had a basement bedroom, which is where we're going into now. So now they're looking inside the bucket. They won't ever show us really. There is one point where they will show a blurred vision of it for just a second, I think. But of course, they're not going to show us. So just listen to what they say. There's the CCs again. I don't know why it turned off, but there we go. So the first homie found the thing in the bucket. Then he brought down the other dude to come and look at
Mhm.
it. And now they're going to be searching the rest of the domicile downstairs after finding it.
Hold on. This... That's what about.
They re-ask each other, "Is that a motherfucking head in a bucket, or is it fake?" You know, they're trying to
Right.
be like, "Is this real or
That's,
fake? Is somebody?"
So we don't know what condition it was in either. So
Well, she put it in like a bunch of water or something. Go ahead.
That's like, I'm glad they're not showing anything like overly graphic, because that would be insane. But
Mhm.
like, this was two days had passed, so like you'd think they're like, if anybody's ever left like raw chicken out on like the
Mhm.
countertop by mistake or something,
it starts stinking.
Some minor decomposition starting to happen here. Like, this would
Yeah,
not be a
yeah.
good smelling bucket, I wouldn't think.
No, and it was in some type of water. I don't know exactly. They may talk about that a little bit more. And there's something in the bucket that we have not talked about yet that I'm not going to spoil the surprise, which I'm sorry, y'all got to hear
spoil it.
this after this too. But
boy.
yeah,
There's
no,
already
it would
enough
not
spoiled
smell
shit
good.
going on here.
Yeah. No, it's all spoiled because it's been sitting in a bucket for 2 days. Anyway, let's keep going.
We're at 1 to 82%.
And then
I know you're busy over there, but this is actually what it's going to be. It's not going to be a 961 thing or a 96 thing, so we're going to need more units here.
so he's pretty much saying there's a murder happening here with those codes.
Yeah.
And again, they're triple checking again. But you know how this is, we know this is all fake? It's because it's a fisheye lens.
Yes, there's no curvature.
No slim.
No curve.
We're seeing
No
curve there because our eyes are spherical.
Oh,
okay.
it's 'cause my eye. It's my eyes that are saying it. Okay. I
By the
got
way,
it.
we have a
Who the hell
Sydney
said
in the
that? That
chat
must have
now and a
been an
Harry Warp.
explanation. That was
Yeah.
weird.
Hey, Sydney's and Harry.
Hello, Sydney
but
and Harry.
let's blow on, and then they find more weird, incriminating stuff in just a second.
Mhm.
Is that red one?
So
No for right now.
they're finding a lot of blood, and I think he'll say that in a second. There she is in the courtroom watching.
Looks like she's enjoying it.
She's not wearing her.
Yeah,
she's
just
not wearing
wait.
her stagecoach Robin bandana there.
Not yet. That's after she beats up her lawyer, and we'll talk about that in a minute.
Like in the court.
Quite a bit of blood down here.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh,
I know I'm giving.
I
didn't
for sure.
go ahead.
Yeah, no worries.
This is a
We'll get into all of
surprise
that.
for me. Genuine surprise for me.
Just wait. So now they're seeing more and more evidence of a murder in there. They're seeing blood splatters. They're seeing weird puddles of different liquids. And the pillow is like just full of blood that they kind of showed, or at least it had a plasma all over it. So just we'll go a little bit more into this, and then we'll get into the interview that she did, which she did 2 of them. And then we'll get into the court stuff. Yeah, it was ex-murder. And that totally is a Pac-Man arcade fake machine, or yeah. So they're just clearing the rest of the bottom floor to make sure there's not her down there, because at this point in time, I don't think that they had went to her house yet. I had to clear the area still.
And for the record, the entirety of Exhibit 2, approximately 5 minutes.
Okay, so that's literally all for that.
More than
Jesus
enough.
Christ. We need to go into the highlights of her interview. So this is all the different versions. This is the multiple versions of her interview. So the first and the second, but this is the craziest stuff that she said. And this is the reason why I fell in love with her. I mean, wanted to do this about her. No, I'm just kidding. I am not that crazy, although we talked about how I love to hate fuck, but we'll talk about that later. Anyways. Hold on. I'm just going to double my check. Yeah. And then we'll do. Actually, it's probably a good setting there and here we below. So really quick, what I want to say is, and I think they're going to go over this. They were doing meth, or she was on meth for a couple of days before this. And then this happened. Soon we'll go over to her back history in case they don't go over it here, but we will go over that soon. We have to go over her back history and what kind of pushed her towards this more to happening. And I know there's not an excuse for this happening, but there is way more to her backstory than what we've given off so far. Does anybody want to say anything before I get this rodeo started?
Nah.
Okay. I'm just waiting for Mango to be like, so there's one thing, and then I found a thing about a thing and stuff. And no, I'm just kidding. Anyways, let's do this a little bit more, and then we'll go over to the history of her before she met the dude that she murdered.
For the first time, we're hearing gruesome dismemberment details.
Look at her
straight
faces.
From the defendant's
Look
mouth.
at her face.
Taylor Schabusiness stands trial for.
She's got a little shitty grin on her face.
I don't want him to die, actually. He's my buddy, but like it happened. I just didn't stop. I don't know why. I didn't stop. I felt bad because I'm like, damn, there's no reason after this.
She's talking about strangling him.
You know, cutting up his body. I don't know, like almost right away. I was stuck in and cutting at the same time.
25-year-old Taylor.
We're gonna go ahead and put this at fucking normal speed for the rest of.
She's only 25.
She's 25.
My God,
She looked old.
She does look older.
Yeah, because she's done a bunch of fucking drugs and meth and like.
Yeah, that's true. That'll age you. Yeah. My gosh.
That's why I'm still so beautiful.
Let us go over this kind of right quick. Before I'm sure that it's gonna come up, but her ex-husband killed him, committed suicide a year before this. Him and her were both very, very into serial killers. They had both, if not just her, have sent letters to different serial killers, and they've gotten letters back from them.
Wow.
And they've been in contact with. So she has been into the hardcore morbidosity of that lifestyle. Her significant other, who she was in love with, took his own life. She found this little itty bitty play toy and decided to do this to him. Unfortunately, this kid didn't know what he was doing. He loved doing drugs. He had a basement apartment in his mom's house. He was into fetishes, just what we'll kind of find out, because this wasn't new to him, them playing. Just this time she took it completely all the way too far. But anyways, so that's kind of the history of her and she's obviously mental for multiple other reasons that we can tell. Like, I don't know how she was abused as a kid or anything like that, but I'm sure there is some of that in her past, because you don't become one of these kind of people without a lot of weird trauma happening in your life. Normally it is those. Yes, people can be born with like all kinds of hardcore mental diseases or mental disorders or things that, you know, schizophrenia and stuff. But usually serial killers are people that do methodical stuff like this, even though this seems like on a whim. She had been planning this for like a hot second. She wanted to murder somebody, and she just found this naive kid is the best way to put it.
Wow.
So let's blow on further. And I think she kind of did this too, to like get arrested or to go away or to be killed or something, you know, like I think there was more ulterior background motive than just her deciding that she was going to live the rest of her life in the pen. So let's keep blowing on.
The business now stands trial for the murder of 24-year-old Shad Therion, who investigators say she strangled to death in February 2022. Schabusiness faces a first-degree murder charge and 2 additional charges for dismembering Therion's body and sexually assaulting his corpse after his death.
Yeah. Just listen to what she did to him. Just listen to what she did to him.
For the first time since her arrest, we're hearing from Schabusiness herself about the incident. On day 3 of the trial, jurors were shown multiple interviews from the Green Bay Police Department made after Schabusiness was taken into custody. The defendant described the grisly crime in great detail.
When I was dismembering the body, there was, I mean, I'm going like this with a knife, so there's blood fucking going everywhere, sorry.
As Schabusiness explained,
Jesus.
It started as what the victim believed would be kinky sex, but quickly took a darker turn.
You two being intimate, having sex.
It was getting there.
It was getting there, she said.
Foreplay?
Yeah, it was. And then, I don't know. And then, I just didn't stop. I don't know why. I didn't stop.
So I don't know if they're going to go over this, but we're going to talk about it. She took one of those dog chains, one of the, you know, the chain that have the 2 loops, and you put one through the other, or you take it and you put it through itself and you put it around, and then you take one, and that's what she choked him the motherfucking out with. Was she took that the chain with the 2 loops, put it through, put it around his neck, and she pulled it as hard as she could until she will explain it. But I just want to say that's what she used to do what she's about to say, because I guess that's what it would be called. It would be the chain choker collar.
The choke chain.
There we go, Mama. That's the perfect way to say it. It's the choke chain, not the choke collar. The choke collar is a completely different thing. The choke chain, the choke chain is the thingy-mabobber that is the.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Yeah, no, I hear you, Al, exactly. But that's why. Anyways, let's keep blowing on. Here we go.
You guys done something like this in the past? Do you use manual strangulation during sex at all? Is Shad like that?
A manual strangulation? Yes.
He likes strangulation?
No.
You know what I'm talking about?
He does.
No, he does not like any of this. She was pushing him into a lot of this. Her being the dom and him being the sub.
He doesn't like anything. He did like things.
Yeah. Past tense. But anyways, he was not so into most of the stuff. He just wanted to have sex with her. You know what I'm saying? Like, you'll do a lot of stuff for pussy or dick, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah.
Can you do 2 or just?
All of us.
I'm not sure if that's what that is.
So when's the last time you guys had sex besides potentially scoring?
Mainly me, but like we didn't even get it. Like I'm sorry, but we didn't get it.
Okay, so you didn't. All right, but when's the last time you did?
I mean, I played with him after.
And what would you guys like to do? Is there a certain role playing that you did with Chad? Or was it just some sort of strangulation? How would you guys do your basically have sex?
Like, I just want to eat it. Yeah,
Okay.
and we go at it.
But does anybody like strangle the other person?
I like doing that alone.
All right, so you like being strangled, like having your airway, or do you like doing it to somebody else?
I like doing it to somebody else.
Yeah,
Does
she
Chad
definitely
like
likes doing somebody else.
sex?
I think so.
Have you done it before?
And not stop.
Well, she's been, if we get delve further and further into this, she's been fantasizing about murdering somebody for a handful of years. This is nothing new to her trying to push the boundaries. That's what I'm saying. This unfortunate soul got in the way, and she just realized she could take advantage of him. And on drugs, this is what she did to him, unfortunately.
So when he put the chain on his neck, he thought that
He didn't put the chain on his neck.
right? You think that's what Chad was thinking? Maybe? What were you thinking?
I was gonna do the same thing. You know, I was going in, and I did, and I went in. But then he was like choking, but he didn't really say it. So I'm like, put it on his neck. I already know I'm gonna choke him, and I did.
Schabusiness explained a dog chain was brought into the mix.
Yeah,
she
this
admitted
is the
to
dog
using the
chain.
object to strangle Therion.
And then
I was gonna walk him like a dog.
And he wanted that?
I have no idea what I was gonna do it anyway. There was a
Jesus
ring,
Christ.
She's
and there's 2 rings,
psychopathic.
and then like you can.
So now this is a different interview. Okay, you'll notice there's 3 different outfits that she wears through these interviews. So now she's explaining this again. Yeah.
Pull the chain from under the ring and then pull it back.
All right, so then a loop at the end of the chain.
Yes,
That could go
that's how
around
you use the choke
like a
chain.
dog choke collar?
Yep.
Exactly.
Okay, do you think it was a dog choke collar?
Could have been. Very much so.
Was it that size?
It was that size.
What size was it?
Now she's in a different outfit.
Lock type of chain? You know what I'm saying?
She's got her chain outfit on.
What?
She's got her chain outfit on. Like she's got to have a different outfit to tell each one of the stories over and over again.
Yeah.
But this is what they do. They make you say the same thing over and over again to like try and trip
Yeah.
you up or.
Yeah, definitely. They're just trying to get you to confess enough times so they can build a
Hi, doorknob head.
narrative or whatever.
Does she have her attorney there?
No, she's not smart enough to have one.
Silver chains. Yeah.
And unfortunately for her, that's why we have so much information that we get to use for this.
That's why we know the whole thing. She should take a page out of Hunter S. Thompson's book and travel with her attorney wherever she goes.
Until he disappears. Goddamn Gonzo. anyways.
Yeah, Gonzo. All right, that's another story for another time.
Yeah.
And then what were you doing while they were on their necks?
I was strangling.
You were strangling, yeah.
And she just
It was only when Therion began turning purple that Schabusiness knew he was dying.
So when did you realize that Chad was not alive anymore?
later doorknob head.
He was coughing up blood.
He was coughing up blood.
That's not what.
That's often not a good sign.
Yeah.
And then he was pissing himself, there's so many things that like this is not normal strangulation. She was doing crazy shit to him for his body to go through this, even if he was on drugs, which makes this even more insane because of how hardcore and how she's admitting to this is even more insane because she's just like, yeah, dude, he fucking was dying. And I was just like, fuck it.
I still not stopping. I don't know what's going on. I don't know.
So his blood was coming out of his mouth.
If I'm feeling this heartbeat.
Holy shit.
I'm sorry.
Does she not know that she's just getting herself into so much trouble by actually just
she's probably still
admitting
high.
it all?
Well, and she
Probably
may
still
be
high.
just getting off on this too. Well, this is multiple days later. Maybe.
And she's been in custody, theoretically.
Yeah, she's been in custody for a couple of days now.
Jesus.
So, did you figure he was dead then?
Yeah.
That's when Schabusiness admitted to officers she decided, quote, I might as well just kill him.
The chain goes around his neck and he started choking him.
Just watch.
And you just realized that he was going to die or what?
I'm just like, I think I went a little too far because I was blacking out while I was doing it, right? And then and then I look at him, I'm like, shit, he's already crippled. I'm like, I don't know if he's fucking, is he good? But then when I woke up, during the blackout, I'm like, shit. Like he was coughing up blood. I'm like, I don't know. I just kept on going.
Jesus Christ.
This is effed up shit, man.
Dude, I know. And again, this is why we're going over this because, like, I can't even believe that this is a thing at all. You know
Harry does.
I don't know what needs me to narrate that, but it's just hard to understand how someone gets like this. But
Harry's giving us insight. Her father is serving a 12-year sentence for sexually assaulting a child.
Yeah,
and her husband ex-husband's in jail as well. So, wow.
Yeah, no,
she really picks them, doesn't she?
We were gonna go over that a little bit as well, but no worries.
There's probably a few dots that could be connected here.
Oh, just a few.
There's so many things that are wrong with the situation that pushed her to this, unfortunately.
Insanity.
And we'll get slowly there. I'm going to push play. I'm going to use the loo right quick and get another beer, and I will be back in like 20, 30, 40 seconds or something. And then we will delve further into this. Around that point, we will get into the trial. We're almost done with her admitting stuff. We don't really need to hear that much more. Let's get into the trial aspect of it because that gets even worse.
Jesus.
Did you realize that by continuing that his home?
Yeah, because I felt bad because I'm like, damn, he's gonna be losing after this. I'm like, I might as well just kill him.
Did you want Chad to be dead?
No, it was out of random. Like I wasn't expecting that, and it kind of threw me off guard. And it was in an open place, you know.
Schabusiness even admitted she enjoyed killing her friend.
And you also said that you enjoyed it, right? And I enjoyed it.
Oh yeah.
All right. Yeah. What did you enjoy about that? Was it kind of thrilling, a rush, exciting? What was the feeling that you had out there? I'm just trying to understand what you were feeling. You're saying, yeah, it's kind of joyful. You know, did it make you happy? Was it just kind of exciting? Like Christmas presents?
I don't know. Like this is the thing that I have. Like I've always had. You know, like you ever love something so much that it's good. Like it happens to me. That's the feeling that I have. I love something so much that I kill it. Like I love it so much, and then I kill it.
I love something so much
That's
that
what
I
happens
kill
to
it.
me.
After Therion was killed, Schabusiness admitted she cuddled with his body and, quote, played with it for 2 to 3 hours.
Holy.
Wow.
That is next level sick.
Better than
You said that she played with his penis after he was dead. Was it?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so that's as far as I wanted to get into that
Right.
version of it. Let me find what's in the comments. Yes.
There's another version of it?
No, there is. Now we're going to get into the trial that goes into more details and stuff.
Oh,
and
yeah, because she does some other crazy shit at the trial. I'm not giving it.
Yeah. Let me find.
This is the same woman you introduced us to like 3 weeks ago, right? Like with like a quick thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was the teaser for this stream.
Yeah, the teaser for this one. You guys are slick.
We like teasing you.
I don't know if I saw that teaser.
I know you do.
Remember it.
Oh.
Of course, I could have been stoned.
You probably
Quite possibly.
were.
Quite possibly.
I don't take notes on that. I just know I have to go through my whole life sober, and that's pretty fucked up, man.
God damn that.
I don't know what the fuck you could smoke to make this sound normal.
Nothing.
Okay. I wanna find. Where is it first?
Can I just ask, is this like a big news story down there? Is this like widely known, or is this like a local story?
It's
to where this happened.
It's semi-popular here.
How old is it?
It is
How long ago
just
did this
week. 2 weeks old. 2 weeks ago. It has been going on for the last like year, but it's still a very, very.
But it's nationwide, like federally well-known situation. It's not a local. It's not like some little, this one woman murdered someone in I don't even know what state it's in. Did you say what state it's in?
No, I did not say what state it's in.
Well,
okay.
Her state is insanity.
I think it's a prerequisite now. We've got to have the trial that gets us all together. 3 years ago, it was the Johnny Depp Amber Heard, defamation trial. Then last year was Daryl Brooks. This year is this one.
This year. But these people are famous. Until now. Yeah, I remember the Johnny Depp thing. I'm not sure if I know about that other one. Oh well. Anyway.
Okay.
Please go on.
Okay. Yeah. So here we below. Let me share this right quick, and we're gonna show this, and then we'll get her being convicted.
It took place in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Thanks, Harry.
What happened is, I thought it was a man. Thank you. So, anyways, let's blow on with this. And she tries to knock out her fucking lawyer.
Damn.
Yep.
Is there supposed
And so
to be
now,
audio?
there's not really audio for it.
Okay. No, just checking because I didn't hear anything. I thought
Yeah.
maybe Slim is forgetting
Cheese
audio.
heads, yes.
It's not. Which?
Oh yeah, Murdoch. Murdoch was another one.
This is where her father, who is the child rapist, comes in and tries to defend her, and we're gonna go ahead and speed this up a little bit, and just watch what she does the whole
Defend
time.
her how?
Well,
He
Who knows?
just says
We'll find out.
how great she was when he was raping. Never mind. I'm sorry. That was
Oh,
I should
don't
not say that.
Slim.
How nice.
I
that
know.
is.
I know. I shouldn't have.
There's a lot of lines have been
Slim,
crossed.
Slim, come on. It's been a while since we didn't want the dub, so I get that you got tendencies to make those kind of jokes.
But literally, that's kind of like what the feeling is. Just watch. Just look at how she's looking already at him, and
I
then
get you,
we'll keep
though,
going
yeah.
on, and so that's kind of where whatever. Most men are gonna still love their daughter and their kids no matter what most of the time, right? Even if they are weirdos or they are psychopaths. Somehow my parents still love me, and I don't even know how that happens because I'm a fucking
unless
insane.
they're like the extreme Christians and their kid is trans, or
And then
I
their
like
kid's
to
gay
think
or
it seeks some psychiatric help here.
well, I've been there, done that, and never mind. We'll talk about that later.
All right.
This is Arturo Coronado.
Okay. Give me a second. I'm gonna boost the volumes on this. And hear me below. Okay, we're gonna go over this right fast, and we're gonna go over the judgment of her, the ruling and stuff like that.
Sir, if you could just stay standing and turn and face her as best you can. Raise your right hand.
Please tell the story, the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in the matter, now before the court, so help you God. Please have a seat and state your name for
it's
the
still
record.
very quiet.
Yeah.
We're gonna go through this fast.
Thank you. Mr. Coronado, good morning. Sir, how old are you? 51. What is your date of birth? 5/24/72. Are you currently married, sir? I am not.
Look at her motherfucking face. Look at that shit. Look at this face.
I know. Look at her.
She's not even scared. She's not even scared of going to prison the rest of her life. She is the devil incarnate.
That
if there was an
face is
antichrist,
creepy.
luckily this is the only person that we know that she's killed. Although maybe she's probably allegedly killed multiple other people that we just not found out about. But luckily they found her out fucking hella quick because
She would have done it multiple times.
She's definitely idiotically done. Yeah, no. If she was put in the right place in the right way, like if her father, let's just make a fake scenario. We're not saying this at all. I'm not saying that either one of them are this. But say her father didn't get put in prison, and she was to be his underling, and he was to like take her on crimes, dude. She would be fucking Santa's little helper, or fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like this could have been way more insane than it turned out to be. Luckily for us, she only got this far.
This is yeah.
You were living in Green Bay, correct?
Next level.
Mango, do you have any information about her? A little bit more on her past by any chance? Oh, she had to dip out because her. Never mind. But if
she's super nonchalant in the interview thing, like, oh yeah, like it was a dog chain. It was this kind of dog chain. Yeah, that's the kind it was. Like
the things that we
really
didn't.
Weird way to converse about this, right?
Yeah, and the things that we didn't go over, we didn't hear because unfortunately for me and not y'all, I watched every second of all of this
so you
stuff.
You curated a suitable for primetime collection here, which still when I get my kid, I'm gonna just shut off and leave.
Totes, but of course we don't mind. Yeah, and she's laughing, Sydney. The thing that I had to deal with by going through all of this, she talked about how she slept next to the decapitated head. She made out with it. She was giving fellatio to the dead body, and then she cut off the genitalia. All of this other shit that y'all didn't hear her confess to saying that I had to listen to, that I'm trying to get y'all through. So after she said all of that stuff and saying that she had been writing letters to 2 different serial killers, her ex-husband had memorabilia from a handful of serial killers and other things like that. She wanted to go down this weird ass path because she thought it was going to be cool. And now here she is
Wow.
Showing us how insane she is by thinking all this is fun. Her dad just got on the stand and she's laughing about nothing to some extent. She's just laughing about, and just wait, there's more.
Oh, Slim, can I just interject really quickly? I'm just curious.
Go for it.
Yeah, so I just before I go, because I'm gonna be gone in like 2 minutes, I think. But was she as nonchalant about all those descriptions as well as she was about like this? Oh yeah, it was this dog chain, and like 'cause she was super calm about this whole interview. It was the same when she was admitting to these other things she did.
Yes. So what we showed y'all,
same attitude,
right?
Same demeanor.
Yeah. What we showed you all, or we showed you all the cut out clips of all of that. She literally did that interview 3 times in a row, exactly the same way, with no remorse. She's like, yeah, I guess after I smoked meth and choked him out and he turned purple and I passed out and woke back up, or I blacked out and came back. He had blood coming out of his mouth. So I was like, fuck it. Why shouldn't I kill him? Like, literally, she just said it like that 3 different times. And then we're watching now the court, her in front of the judge and in court. And now she's acting like this.
Yeah.
I mean, this is why we're going over.
Weird. Oh, fuck's sake, man.
That's why we're going over this case and not other cases. And you think that we would be going over serial killers first? This bitch is a serial killer all in one, even though she only did one.
This serial killer in the making.
She literally, if she would not have been caught 2 days after she did this, she would have fucking done this over and over and over again. If she was actually a little bit smarter and taken his body out of the fucking, allegedly taken his body out of the domicile that his mom and stepfather lived in, hid things better. What we didn't go over that I want to go over right now. So remember I was talking about the fucking weirdness about her van and how there was blood from her van to her her doorway. Yep. They found his femur. They found other body parts of his in the van. And at this point in time, no, I guess it still was not too, I don't know. It had been a hot minute that those were in there.
Wow.
So she literally like scalpeled other parts of his body and cut him up and then brought like trophies home. But like she was so spun out at the time that she didn't actually like bring them into the domicile. She just like left them in the van. And I guess she was driving around with like memorabilia of his that she could like see while she was driving. So like all kinds of weird, crazy, fucked up shit was going on with this. And then just watch how she acts right now.
Who is your mother? Marla. Okay. And you were married to Marla for a while, sir? Of course. How many years was it? We were married about 10, together about 15, 16. Did you live together in Wisconsin or some other state? Illinois and Wisconsin.
Yeah, Wisconsin.
And where was your daughter Taylor Schabusiness born?
In Evanston, Illinois.
Does Taylor have a sister or brother?
She has a brother that passed away last year.
Okay. What was his name?
AJ, Arturo Drep. JREP.
And why did he pass away? What happened?
July 1st last year. Motorcycle accident.
Okay, so to the best of my knowledge, if I'm getting this wrong, somebody please let me know. Her significant other that she was in love, madly in love with, I believe they were married, committed suicide a year ago. And then her brother got into this accident. So she partially didn't have anybody that was close to her anymore per se,
Right.
because her father was in prison. She doesn't really know her mom, blah, 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 yakety schmackety with being in broken homes, which I know all about. I've been there, done that. That's my whole entire motherfucking life. But anyways, that's like, and again, well, I'm not making excuses, but we're just talking about what may be all these weird connections that make something kind of happen, right? Serial killers aren't just born per se, even though there are people that have mental disorders or chemical imbalances in their body that cause them to most likely be a little bit more leaning towards that. But from what we come to understand and what we're going to look over more when we're going over this stuff on this channel, and we're going to go over body language and other things on different channels that they talk about those things with these people, is it's multiple things that happen. They get abused as children. They have this psychopathy. They are already in their DNA, there might already be something like bipolar disorder or something like that, right? And then you throw all these things together and you cause this snowball effect of, again, we're not saying that psychopaths get a free pass, but there's noticing patterns, and we're hoping that we can break those patterns. Don't beat your kids. Treat them awesome. Show them love. Don't treat them like second-class citizens or treat, whatever's that we see through this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like when we go over these things, even when we go over like not cryptids per se, but like flat earthers and other stuff, you look at their background and for some reason, like mommy didn't show them enough love or they were coddled too much. Just like, what's douche nozzle's fucking face? The big fluffy flat earther that lives in his mom's house that was on all of
Are you talking about Mark Sargent?
There we go. Mark Sargent.
Oh yeah, Mark.
He is one of those people that was not told, was cuddled too much, was not told no enough, or was not thrown out into the zeitgeist.
For instance, the guy I covered today, Apollos.
He
claimed he was molested as a child. He grew up in a very Christian household. His parents and others around him lied to him and told him, well, just go with it because that's how it is. So that turned him to conspiracies,
of course,
because they're telling the truth. And it's just like, wait a minute, if these people are lying to you, how do you know these people are telling you the truth? Do you know what I mean? It was thing kind of threw him into a whole different direction. So
it's the broken brain syndrome, technically, I guess is the best. I want to say that, and like I don't know if I'm coining that or if that's actually a proper way to say that, but it's kind of like that, just like what's happening here, just like the way that reason why I'm the way I am. I got molested in Christian school when I was in kindergarten, and I had a handful of other fucking weird, crazy, fucked up shit happen to me as well. Did I delve myself into weird underground stuff? Sure, but that happened a little bit later in life. I did get messed up by a bunch of stuff where people did things to me that they probably shouldn't have, and I believe I have a broken brain somewhat to that. I just don't propagate that further. I'm not out there trying to abuse other people. Yeah, and I'm not out there
you're
trying
not
to
out there
abuse other
trying to
people.
say,
I'm
well,
like,
no,
Yeah, I'm like, nope, don't abuse people. Consent.
You
all this
own
other
it.
Stuff,
That's what they
and I'm
say. You own it. Others don't own it, and that's when they turn to other things.
And I talk about it to share and to help other people, or to get past, or for other people who went through the things that I went through, to be like, oh, I'm not the only one. I can feel better about my existence because the weird tattooed face dude fucking said that he also went through that, or whatever. I don't, but anyways, let's keep blowing on with this, and then we'll get into her being sentenced. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
When you were living in Illinois with your daughter, Taylor Schabusiness, was she ever brought to a hospital at all? No. Okay. Did she ever receive any mental health treatment when you lived in Illinois? No. Okay. Did something happen to Taylor's mother at some point?
She passed away. Okay. She passed away May 20th, 2009.
Okay, and so her mother died in 2009 as well. So lots of death in her life, lots of instability. Her father did this supposed thing to an underage person, a minor, then went to prison for it. So what do you not saying that every person that goes through these traumas ends up like her. Obviously not, because
No,
this
but
is why we're talking about.
If you already have that in your brain, and this shit happens to you, then like, yeah, it's not surprising.
Yeah, it's almost like if you look up the history of Charles Manson, his mom. I'm going to go through this as fast as possible. And once again, this doesn't mean that you're going to be a serial killer every time this happens, but his mother was a prostitute. He was born out of wedlock, and who knows who his father was. She sold him into prostitution at a young age to dudes. He was in and out of jail at 14, 16 years old. He learned the ways of the carny, is the way I'm going to say it. And Ox, if you're here, let me explain the way to get money out of people's pocket, right? To play the nut game, to play poker, or to do a card game, or to do something to get somebody to get, or to pickpocket, or to convince some dude that he's gonna go have sex with this hot chick down an alleyway and then go rob him after. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not right.
It was his way of making a living or making a life for himself, basically, right?
And then when he figured out in the 1960s, you could have a commune of fucking hot women and dudes that you could have sex with, and you could convince them to do whatever you want. Who wouldn't do that? No, I'm just kidding. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you had all the prerequisites for him to be crazy, which he was, and he, unfortunately was kind of pushing that. And like I've been said in the beginning, most of these people do have pre-mental disorders, schizophrenia, bipolar, first person hero disease, or whatever the fuck that's called, right? Narcissism, Napoleon, whatever. And then their childhood gets them into this weird place, and then they're put into these things, and then all of a sudden they're put into a place where they're like, I can make a cult. Oh my God, this would be amazing. And then you make
people
the cult,
actually
and you're
believe me and listen to me, and I can,
and then all of a sudden you have 200 or 500 people that are like following everything you do. And then whatever fetish you're into, and unfortunately, a lot of times it seems that they're into pedophilia, and it's dudes fucking a bunch of young or people. But again, there's the snowball effect is what I was getting into, right? It's the beginning of the mental disorder as a kid. Then you're not in a very, very stable social life as a teenager or whatever. And then you get pushed into a thing, and then finally you get on your own, and you're like, wow, I have like 20 to 30 people on a live stream that listen to me every day. Oh my God. You know what? If I could just bring them all together, I could make them do whatever I want, right? Like, that's where the ideal snowballs, right? I don't believe that I can get any of y'all to do whatever I want. Although one of these days, I'm hoping when I'm older, I can start a fake religion, and y'all can just like come and and just hang out with me while I'm sitting in a fake church or something like that. And y'all just can bring me beef jerky and beer, and then I'll be happy.
We
for
can
the rest
bring
of
you
my
beef jerky and jerk your beef, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or at least bring me cheeseburgers and beer, and then I'll be happy as a deity. Anyways, exactly. Slim Elron Cyborg, exactly. Anyways, keep blowing on with this, because that's kind of what's happening here. Is if she was just a little bit smarter, she may have been able to make a cult and turn this into some weird, crazy shit. But she wasn't, unfortunate. Never mind. And I don't. It's because of what happened in her past that she went to here. And methamphetamine is a hell of a drug. It can make you want to love people constantly, or it can make you want to kill people constantly. And what some people don't know, there's different versions of crystal methamphetamine. So the methamphetamine that they were giving to the Nazi soldiers in the 1930s was called agrometh. So what it is it's just a little bit different chemically than others. So there is a hippie version of crystal meth, which makes you lovey-dovey. It's almost like ecstasy. There's a version of this that is more like you want to kill everybody on earth. And the way I know this is I've done lots of different versions of it. And there is some stuff that after doing research, I've come to understand that you literally just want to kill people constantly. Like, it's insane. Like, anybody you see, anything they do, you're just like, I'm going to slit your throat. And you're like, God damn it, I'm not going to do that, obviously, dude. That's my girlfriend, or, these are my best friends, or whatever. But that is somewhat part of it. It's a mental, psychological thing that is going on with some of these people that makes this insane. Anyways, keep blowing on.
I'm gonna sleep. Okay. Did that take a toll on your daughter, Taylor? Well, of course. Can you tell me a little bit, sir? On my son as well, and me. Okay. Took a toll on.
And she's laughing the whole time.
Correct. Yeah. And when her mother passed away in May of 2009, how old was Taylor? 11, probably 11 and a half. Okay. My son and daughter were, about 9 and a half, 11 and a half years old. Okay. Did Taylor go to school that day that her mother passed away? I tried to get him to go to school, but they knew something was going on. Okay. He came back. Can you describe a little bit how the death of Taylor's mother took a toll on her or impacted her? Can you give me a little bit of commentary on that? Well, they were pretty young. I mean, obviously, her mom's not around anymore, and Marla was ill, so just I guess they kind of knew what was going on, but it was unexpected. We watched the movie the night before and fell asleep, and I woke up and my wife was already cold, already passed. You found her?
Once again, like we said yesterday, I think you're giving us weird information we don't need to know. So I think you killed her, homie. Because literally, he's like, the night before, everybody was watching a movie except for her, and she's been sick the last couple of days, and the kids knew there was something was wrong, and they wouldn't go to school before she died. Or
maybe the kids knew something was wrong because maybe she killed her mom as well. Maybe mom was the first victim.
No, I think that he killed the mother. I think that allegedly.
I think my theory was funny.
I get you.
Dude, that's not funny, asshole. Oh.
But I think that she got the idea from him, or she was taught by him. She learned how to be a psychopath from him, is what I'm guessing. Allegedly, I'm not sure. But again, Taylor, Schabusiness, if you ever want some conjugal time, I'm down. Never mind. Let's keep going.
Wow.
She's laying next to me. Okay. And what about the kids? What about Taylor? Did she see her mom in that state? They did not see. No, I did not allow that. Okay. But were the kids in the house? They were upstairs in the bedrooms. Okay. After that occurred,
look at her fucking face.
Did you see any changes?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She's
Taylor's,
enjoying him talking about her at home.
She's a psychopath. Look at this. It's fucking
because
insane.
The way she responds to him talking about her mom died.
The death. Yeah.
That makes me think it. Like yeah, and you didn't catch me for that one.
Yeah, and then we're just gonna jump into the next thingy, mabobber. Hold on. This is when somebody that she knows comes in to testify, and watch her face again with this bullshit.
AJ, is that a preferred nickname you go by? Yeah. I'm sorry. Your proper name is Alexander.
Yes.
Just here. Let's just go from here.
Sorry, I just have a quick question. So when you said you were at the apartment, which apartment is this?
Watch. As soon as she takes her hand away from her face, she's laughing.
Whose apartment was it?
It was it was the same apartments that I lived there. So it was like I'm sorry, what?
Sure. So the apartment is on Eastman that you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm sorry.
She's laughing this whole time.
Taylor, and then she brought up hanging out with Shad. Yeah. Did you meet up with Shad that night?
Yes, I did.
And where were you sort of hanging out with Shad then?
We picked him up.
Okay, so to give you a little bit of a rough draft, they're talking about the night before Chad, the person that she killed, disappeared. This is one of their mutual friends. and just listen. Just look at what she's saying. You don't even have to hear what he's saying. Just look at how she's reacting.
I was just chopping it up.
Is that the same apartment you were just talking about?
Yes.
All right. And I want to date myself. Chopping it up. What does that mean?
Oh, it's just like kicking it, talking about whatever, just small talk or anything. Just kind
Yeah,
of conversation.
Is it a pretty good chill atmosphere?
Yeah, it was a good vibe.
No major issues or anything that stick out to you?
I never saw one thing that night.
Just look at her face.
I don't know, but that's
And then after that point,
Okay, so what I want to do right now is I won't get to her conviction, her sentencing. And then here we go.
And I always indicate that really the offense in this case can't be.
With her little spit mask.
Yeah, because she beat up her a lawyer. There is a little bit. I don't know why my computer is doing this, but there is a little bit more to get into. But we'll just blow on with this. I'm just gonna refresh, see if that will get us where it's supposed to bite. Okay, there we go. All right, here we blow.
Anything on your mind you'd like to say before I pass sentence?
No, there isn't.
Okay. Very good. Well, then, when passing sentence on cases like this, the court has to consider the factors set forth in State versus Galleon. So I have to consider the gravity of the offense, the character of the defendant, the need to protect the public, as well as other aggravating.
Dude, she should never be in public again for the rest of her life. Obviously,
she won't be.
We know, no, obviously, and we'll get it. We're getting there, but dude, she still is sitting there looking like she is fucking like the bee's knees. Like she has won somehow. It's so.
I'm betting
crazy.
she's in a maximum security prison with no.
She's by her.
She's by herself. She's let her cell
Yep.
1 hour a day. That's it.
Yep.
She's as harsh as it can get for her.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And not to prove how insane I am or she is, but I've been there, done that, dude. Person confinement sucks balls, motherfuckers. I'm gonna do one more shot before we get into this. So cheers, bro. Salute. Go ahead, Al.
What?
If anybody wants to say anything, go ahead and do it right now because
Well, Al is not here, so.
Yeah.
Oh, then it would have been, I don't know, whoever. I just thought somebody was speaking up and I didn't want to speak over.
No, I don't.
That's fine.
Okay, there we blow. Anyways, so let's keep blowing on with this. And this is her getting her sentencing.
Mitigating circumstances, including rehabilitative needs and punishment and deterrence, and then craft a sentence in each case that's appropriate.
Can any of you even imagine having to wear a spit mask?
No.
And prison garb at a trial? Just imagine all just pretend that you did really fucked up shit in your life. Can you even imagine having to wear orange garb and a spit mask to a motherfucking trial?
I kind of wish we would adopt like it was in the courts way back when and have them just stand in the middle of the courtroom. They don't get to sit or do nothing. You just stand there.
Sitting on that wooden dildo that they hit.
Or something, but where they have a little circle and you stand right there. Yeah, and you're up on a podium so everybody can see you. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, to let everybody know, if you don't know, she has like the maximum security bracelets, waistband, and anklets on as well. And I believe they're actually tied to wherever she's at. That's solid, the bench or the table. And she may even have, I don't have proof of this yet or not, she may even have the shock thingy-mabobbers on her as well. That the douche that fucking drove through the Christmas parade
Yeah, Brooks.
Daryl Brooks. Yeah,
Mhm.
thank you, Mama. That douche nozzle had on him. But anyways, let's keep blowing
Well,
on.
he got relegated to another courtroom because he kept not.
Oh yeah. Oh
Well,
fuck.
yes.
And
he's like, you can go to another courtroom. You can go for a timeout. Basically, yeah.
He may be one of the next people that we go over. I want for a serial killer first,
Mhm.
and then we'll probably go over something like that. I'm trying to not go over kids being hurt.
Yeah.
So it should just be assholes that have fucked up adults' lives that we're gonna try to go.
Right.
That's very true. You're right. At least it's not the full face mask.
True. That's true.
Although she is way more bangable with that. Never mind.
Slim, stop it.
Why
I
you
would so
even
bend
trying,
her
Mom?
over the
Slim.
bench, if you know what I'm saying. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not kidding. But anyways, let's keep blowing on.
You would
In this
teach
case,
her a
consider,
lesson.
The defendant's character, I can say that over the course of this case, I've learned a great deal about you, Miss Schabusiness. First of all, you were born in Chicago.
Schabusiness.
Lived there until you were about age 10, 12 rather. You seem to have had a stable childhood. You were loved by your
No,
mother,
she didn't.
your father, and your brother. And unfortunately, your mother passed away when you were 12. Your brother passed away from a vehicle accident, and your dad's incarcerated. But I'm confident that all three of them probably still love you very much.
Yeah, right.
Her father's employment was transferred to Green Bay when she was about 12 years old, and
Nice
hence
one.
began to contact Mission
Nice.
Business with this community. She attended Bayport High School. At about 16, she moved to Texas to live with her grandfather.
That's it. She moved to Texas. That's why she's so screwed up, because Texas is insane.
Oh God, Slim.
I know. I'm sorry. There we go.
Graduated from high school in Cotulla, Texas, and eventually came back to Green Bay.
It's all Texas fault. No, I'm just
Because
kidding.
she missed her father and her brother, which again doesn't surprise me any, because as I've indicated, I think they both love her very much. She's worked in this community. I read over the pre-sentence investigation report that I ordered, and that outlines some work experience that she has, and I think that's a favorable character trait, because quite frankly, not everyone that lives in this community does work, and I think it indicates someone who wants to get out and support themselves and not make anybody else do it. But that reflects on character. She has a limited court record. Certainly, we have pretty much the entire extent of her criminal record in front of us here today. But it's a limited record that reflects on character. She's got a family.
Okay, well, let's just get in the meat and potatoes of it.
Exactly.
Great to say that in most cases
Get some
when
meat
there's
on my
been such a
potato.
death or a violation. But in this case, it seems different. In this case, you seem to run out of superlatives when describing what happened in this case. You really do. The list of superlatives don't seem to measure up to what you see, what you hear about, and what we heard about in the trial. This crime offends human decency, it offends human dignity, and it offends the human community. It really does. When someone loses their life needlessly, it's tragic. It really is. It's tragic for family and friends and community. When life is taken from a person in the fashion that it was in this case, where the victim's remains are cut up and packaged in containers, it's difficult to identify a human nature in those activities. It really is.
What, bitch? Why the fuck did you just look at us like that, dude? What? Hold on. Watch her face as he says that. Bitch, you literally did this.
Are cut up and packaged in containers.
Look
It's
at her
difficult to
face.
identify a human nature in those activities. It really.
You literally.
Did she kind of give like a
fucking cut-
side eye or something? I couldn't really see.
Yeah, she side-eyed him like, oh, I didn't cut his body parts up and put them into things.
Oh
to
no,
make
she
them into
didn't
different
cut him up.
containers.
She just she just ripped him apart.
No, but like I said, that we didn't go over 100% because it's going to take us 2 more hours to go over that. In her van, she literally had his femur bone and a handful of other things that she had packaged and put them together and put in the back of her fucking van that had been sitting there for 2 days, and she did not bring into the house, which I don't know why you'd bring the house anyways, like that, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, she literally did cut up parts of his body, package them in different ways. And if you're going to put liquid inside of a bucket and you're going to put his head and his genitals in that bucket together, that's technically packaging. I'm not 100%.
That is, yeah, you're right.
But what will you call, you know what I'm saying? And yes and no. But again, if you delve further into this, what they found in the van that we didn't go over, you'll see that she packaged his body parts to be with her for a long amount of time, not to sell, obviously, but for him to be around her for a lot longer because she is a psychopath. And once again, if you need a bone, Taylor, just hit me. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I think you're right though. Had she got away with killing him, she would have gone. She would have needed that thrill again and killed somebody else. The fact that she was carrying his parts around with her. You know what I mean?
She would be the next Jeffrey Dahmer.
She would be
if
John Wayne Gacy. Who else? You know?
Yeah. Whatever the bone collectors, the body collectors, the face, the heads, they would have been. She would have been one of those. Except for, unfortunately, for her, and I'm glad for existence, forensics and the way that everything works nowadays is way better than the 1970s.
Yeah,
in the 1950s, dude, imagine in the 1600s, you could have been like the most prolific serial killer because how is anybody going to find anything for anything? You could have spilled blood in front of the police station with yours and theirs mixed together, and they're like, all right, mate, let's just go clean this blood up because it's just making a mess up here. And you're like, no, there's DNA in it, but how you can't look at it.
They didn't know back then. Yeah.
Yeah. So literally, it's if she was living in the 1800s, she probably would have been a prolific serial killer.
Yeah.
Because she could have gotten away with all this. Then there, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, no boning the decapitator, and we'll talk about that in the Discord, Mango. But anyways, I'll give you some boning in the dipicat. Never mind. Anyways, so let's go a little bit further into this. And Mango, is there anything I'm leaving out other than what I described in the passings and filling y'all in on stuff? If there's anything that I missed, please let us know. And I believe Mango will be going over her in the near future, or maybe at some point in time. And she is going to fill you in on all the full of the details. My channel is just to be here being fucking stupid. So, like, we don't get to go over every thing, if you know what I mean. So let's go further into this. And Mango, let us know if there's something that I've... I thought that I covered her past her, the middles into this, into there, and I thought I got everything right. Because unfortunately, I kind of fell in love with this girl. So no, I'm just kidding. This was one of the cases that I was like, son of a bitch, this is like a cult, and like I said, everything inside of everything. With just one murder, it's insane how crazy all of this together was. So, make me do one more shot over there if you don't want to get on here when I'm saying. So let's get a little bit further into this, and then we will leave. I'll double check to make sure if there's a video of something that I didn't go over, then we will go over. But pretty much this is like, I think I went over everything, and I had a news article to go over, but we pretty much went over everything that is in the news article in the way that I wanted it to be presented.
It's very troubling. It's difficult to recognize the general belonging that most people have for their community. It's difficult to recognize community in anything that happened in this case. This is a small community that we live in, where the web of relationships almost encompass everyone who lives here, such that people look out for each other and care when something bad happens to one of our members. And in a broader sense, the community we exist in is the human community, as I've reflected on. And these actions are foreign to all of that, to all that community. And they shock the community.
Hey, but she did it for Satan so that she could get... Never mind, I'm sorry. I'm just kidding. Let's keep going.
Beyond the ability to adequately express in words. They really do. And that's the gravity of this offense. That is the gravity of this offense. There aren't superlatives for it. There aren't really words for it.
Look at how nonchalantly she's sitting at a fucking desk with a fucking spit mask on. Like, it's insane, bro.
You can get a sense of it. You can get a sense of it and a feel for it, but there's no really way to express the gravity.
Because we watch these all the time.
So the need to protect the public is an
and they're
important factor
never this nonchalant about it.
Well. And in light of what I've just indicated, I think it's plain that there is a need to protect the public in this case. As I said, this behavior seems so removed from the human community as to be unpredictable. It really is. And in a place where this kind of an offense kind of actions, kind of a crime is possible with no advanced warning signs, and absolutely anything's possible then. Where this kind of a thing is possible, absolutely anything is possible. And from that, the public needs protection. They really do.
Yep.
I've outlined, what I think are aggravating circumstances in this case. There are mitigating circumstances, as I've said. There's things about Miss Schabusiness regarding her upbringing and what brought her here, the struggle she's had with some mental health issues, and struggling perhaps in the context of those issues.
I would
with
so
family who
fuck
wasn't always
her
as
in
present as they
the.
could have been. Those are mitigating sets of circumstances. But all of those things weigh into what this court has to address. So when I consider what is an appropriate sentence, first, I think the law requires that I at least look at least for some of these cases, I take a look at probationary sentences. Those aren't appropriate. They would diminish the severity of the offense. But at this time, given all the factors that I have to consider, it's the decision of this court and the judgment of the law.
If anything, she deserves to be in a mental hospital for the rest of her motherfucking life. But just
Right.
listen to what they come up with.
That Ms. Schabusiness be sentenced as follows. As to in 22 CF 363, count one.
That's the
first
problem
degree
with
intentional
men.
homicide as
We
reviewed
do.
by Class A felony, going to impose life imprisonment without the possibility of extended supervision. I believe that's appropriate in light of the findings that I've already made. As far as count two, mutilation of a corpse as a repeater, Class F felony, I'm going to adopt the recommendation of the pre-sentence investigation writer.
My problem is I want her to squirt all. Never mind. I'm just
7.5 years
keep
of initial
going.
confinement followed by 4 years of extended supervision. That'll be consecutive to count one. As far as count three, third degree sexual assault as a repeater, Class G felony. I'm going to impose 3 years of initial confinement followed by 4 years of extended supervision. That will be consecutive to count two and count one. As far as the revocation cases, we're going to impose 1 year of incarceration on each of those counts. Those will run concurrent to the other offenses. I've reviewed, as I've indicated, both of the pre-sentence investigation reports. There's certainly valuable things in them. I'm going to, as conditions of supervision, I'm going to require no contact with the victim's family, maintain absolute sobriety, complete SOT assessment and treatment follow-through, obtain and maintain full-time employment. To the extent there's ever supervision, GPS monitoring, I'm going to require an AOD assessment and follow-through, psychological evaluation and follow-through. The recommendations that are contained in pre-sentence investigation reports submitted by the defense indicate or suggest
Wait.
that there be services engaged.
I thought she got life.
Substance abuse,
She
other,
did.
Mental health issues. That's a
Okay,
reasonable
okay,
suggestion.
okay. Oh,
I think
Jesus
encompassed in the
Christ.
recommendations that I made, which is there needs to be a compass evaluation and follow-through with any.
He's just saying if for some reason
I think
she
these
accidentally
are-
got, that's the only treatment after. If for some reason
with
she
the
got let out, but
supervision, she's required to do X, Y, and Z, but she's
Yeah,
never going to
if
get
she-
that far.
Yeah,
So,
no, of course. I thought she got 2 life sentences.
She
but
got
let's
life
just keep going.
sentence without possibility of parole, basically.
Okay, that's.
I think their supervision is parole. It's just the way they word it.
Yeah.
And get the help that she needs while she serves the sentence. I'm going to order court costs. It's $538 per count. That's total of $1,614. That'll be the order of the court. I do need to indicate, as I'm required to at sentencing, that now that Ms. Schabusiness is convicted of a felony, she'll lose her right to vote until it's given back to her by the governor by state law, and she may not possess a firearm.
Oh, dude, out of
They're going
everything,
through-
she can't
yeah.
get to vote now. Oh, fuck it, dude. Like,
Yeah.
screw it, dude.
He
Screw
probably
it.
already did. It's over. No.
Threw
I think what it is
everything
is
out of the courts.
He's going over the Class C felony stuff and the supervision.
I know.
It's
It's
all part of that. It's just
yeah.
for protocol, I think, for him to read all
and
that.
then you
even though
may
it's
not
never going to
possess
make a
a
difference.
firearm, even though
Yeah.
she's never going to be in public again. Blah, blah, blah.
Right.
It doesn't matter. Okay, so anyways,
Mhm.
that is the meat and potatoes of
Yeah.
This. If there's anything that we missed, we'll go over this again. But I don't know what we're going to go over next. We've got more scary demons and monsters to go over on Thursday, which is going to be cryptids, but it's going to be more like, I found out there's like a were pig, there's a were rat, there's a were, there's were everythings. So we're going to go over
Wow.
the wares of the other things, which are going to be spooky, crazy monsters or whatever I have. Tomorrow we have Drunken News Report, just as always.
Right.
And we have spooky, silly things like zombie pizza.
Right.
And other things like that. And Friday, I will be performing at a Friday the 13th tattoo get together every Friday the 13th. Most tattoo shops do a Friday the 13th.
Yeah, my daughter has talked
Special.
about that. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I'll be performing at one of those. And then Sunday, I'll be performing at Colorado Springs, Tijon Street tattoo competition. And I'll be making the awards for the best of the day. And
Nice.
then next week we're going to be going over more crazy, insane stuff. I don't know if we're going to do a Mirage Men for Monday, which is the conspiracy theory that the government is putting out UFO stuff to hide other things. So it's the conspiracy theory that
Here they
UFOs are
declassify all
fake.
their UFO stuff, and now there's a conspiracy even for that.
Yeah, yeah,
God.
exactly. So it's called Mirage Men. Yeah, and so we may be going over that, or we're going to go over more demonology or more satanic-y stuff. The 19th is when we're going over Satanic Panic, and like I've said before, we're going over the whole existence of the Satanic Panic, starting from the Christians trying to demonize the pagans, and then throughout history, which is the witches, werewolves, and a handful of other things that in certain areas people will thought that negative forces were taking over their lands. And then we get to the 1980s and then the 1990s, and then now we're back in the Satanic Panic again in
Everything
the
old is new
America.
again.
Yeah, exactly. So we're going to go over the whole history
Yeah.
of where
So
that
crazy.
came from and why we've gotten here with the Satanic Panic. And then on the 30th, unless I get a gig, we're doing the All Hallows Eve special, and we'll talk about where All Hallows Eve came from, the original pagan traditions, the original traditions from ancient cultures, why we use gourds, which is a pumpkin, but in the past it was different types of gourds, and why we're using black and orange as colors, and where some of the other mythology behind waking up spirits, or where the spirits came from, or why for some reason spirits wake up on this one night for some reason. So we're going to go over the whole history of
I know some of it,
Hollows
so
of
I
the
can help.
Wings. Awesome. And I'm sure the Mangoes and a handful of other people can. Although I've been studying this for a gazillion years. But yeah,
Oh, I'm sure you have.
sure
Yeah.
I'm sure y'all can help fill in the gaps that
We will help fill in the gaps
forget.
where we can.
Oh, we got a sister that's probably a useful source of information about the
Yeah,
pagan
and
stuff.
we definitely have a handful of us in the community that can help us fill in the gaps. And like, I try to tell as much information as I can, but it's awesome and amazing to have all of you as guests and for our Saitama chats to say the things that I forget to, or I don't have enough time to, or that I forget in between, and or when I get numbers wrong or whatever. You all help us get more factual information out there than me just sputtering out information, pretending it's true and it being fake. So that's why we do these things, is to try to get as much factual information out there as possible while we go over these subjects. So thank you all very much.
Thank you, everybody.
Begin
Thank
getting
you. And thank you for having us. That's always fun.
yes. I hope that everybody had fun, even though it was a lot of hardcore, crazy, fucked up information we went through, and I didn't. But anytime we're going to go over serial killers or any time of murder mysteries, literally, most likely what we're going to have to go through anyways. So, like, this is going to be part of it when we go through those. This is one of the reasons I didn't want to go through murder mysteries at first, but I had multiple people ask to do this. So that's why I said, screw it, let's go through it. We'll see how much we go through these things. Hopefully there's going to be less cutting up of bodies when we go through it. I don't know. So anyways, everybody
We
say
shall
goodbye.
see.
Yeah, we'll see. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Have a good night.